How do I become responsible? By realizing how many blessings you have received. Along with every privilege in life comes a responsibility. In the bank, there is a cashier who stands on the counter. And there is the manager who's sitting in the cabin inside. The manager has been given many perks from the bank. He has been given the car. He has been given a house. They are all the perks that are coming along with the job of the manager. And the teller on the counter doesn't have those perks. He also has a lower salary. So the manager has more privileges, but he also has more responsibilities. If the manager says, I will do exactly what the teller does, why do all this? The bank will say, then we take away all the perks. Then you also stand outside on the counter. We gave you more, and more is expected of you. So similarly, when God gives us more, He expects a sense of responsibility from our side as well. Now think of what God has bestowed us with. The first was the privilege of choice. We have the freedom to choose. That freedom was not given to the animals. The moment the winter months start, the goose has to fly southward. It doesn't have a choice. No, I will go to the east this time. I'll prefer the western direction for a little holiday or a diversion to the north itself. Its genetic code is forcing that goose that now it is getting winter, you have to fly south. But in this human body, God bestowed us with the opportunity to choose. You can choose whether you wish to go north, south, east, or west. That's a privilege bestowed by God. Alongside with that, we've got a million other privileges. The graces of God, Kripaluji Maharaj said, if you start writing it down, a whole book will get created. The earth on which we live, the sunlight that we receive, the air that we breathe, these are all graces of God. And we are all privileged to receive so many graces. So now, what is our responsibility? A 6-year-old child was asking me, Swamiji, how do I become responsible? As grown-ups, shouldn't that sense of responsibility have deepened? Or do we throw it to the wind and say, oh no, I'm an adult. I can do what I like, drink, smoke, whatever, because I'm an adult. You don't become an adult by age. You become an adult by accepting your responsibility. So when you become aware and conscious of the innumerable graces of God upon you, then you realize you have to become a profitable servant of God. This is a concept from the Bible. Say you have to become a profitable servant of God. He has given you much. To whom much is given, from that person much is expected. What does God expect from you? Your first and primary duty. We will talk about this later. We have a series out here in the month of July or August called 7 Divine Laws for Happiness and Fulfillment. And there I'll talk about our duties, etc. and so many other things. But right now, the first and foremost duty in human life, what is it? What is our first commitment to God? To grow spiritually and improve ourselves from within. That is the first and foremost purpose of human life. You may not be able to attain Him in one life. You may not be able to become God-realized in one life. But at least move ahead. At least give it your best shot. Try and be the best person that you can be. That is your param dharma. Try and be the best person that you can be. Now we asked ourselves, am I trying to be the best person? And then we realize, well, I have so many weaknesses, so many infirmities, so many shortcomings. I have this huge gap that I need to bridge, that I need to narrow. That then ignites the desire, the yearning, the thirst to move ahead. That ignites the yearning for implementing the knowledge that we have heard. And that makes us divinely discontented. In other words, there is a contentment and a discontentment. It is said, Santoshas trishu kartavya swadare bhojane dhane trishu naivacha kartavya swadhyaye japadanayo. In the world, be contented in your spouse. Jo bhi hai, Gobar Ganesh svikar karo, chalo theek hai. Be contented in the food that you are eating. Thank you, God, for what you are offering to me. Be contented in your wealth. I need 2 sets of clothes to wear and 2 rotis to eat. So in the world, contentment is an ornament. It's an inner ornament that you wear. Santosh dhan, the wealth of contentment. But in the spiritual realm, contentment is a blemish. It's a defect. It's an impediment in your spiritual path. If you become contented, you will say, I'm all right. Now you can create 100 reasons. Others are just like me, so how does it matter? Or, my parents are to blame, the situation is to blame. So, whatever the reason, if you become contented, your sadhana, your progress will come to a standstill. And then you will not be discharging your primary duty to God, which is to grow, to improve and become a better person. So in the spiritual realm, always be discontented. In other words, I have not done anything so far. I have not offered any service that's worthy of consideration. All my efforts are insignificant. I need to do so much more. I need to strive harder. Can any of you identify with that sentiment? I am sure all of you can, because that is the true spiritual sentiment. I have not done anything so far. I need to do so much more. That is the spiritual sentiment. That is the sentiment that is coming from God. And that creates the thirst within us. That now I am thirsty. Now I understand the need. I need to implement. I've heard Swamiji 1,000 times. I have been hearing him since 2009 when he first came to Dallas. All right? So, what have I done about it? Now that yearning comes. And with that yearning comes the effort of implementation. Whether you implement it by trying to come to the Radha Krishna temple every Sunday, or whether you implement it by offering service in various ways, or whether you implement it by doing your daily sadhana, in whatever way, there will be this striving to put that knowledge into practice. And when we do that, that will lead to the inner bliss. That will give us the sense of euphoria. This sense that, yes, I am doing what I am supposed to be doing. That will give us the sense of discharging our responsibility to God. So, in order to get that feeling, we need to pick up this key that Lord Krishna gave to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. And what was the key? Abhyas, practice. Practice, practice, practice.